I need to put an end on a piece of cable for my the hood for my car. The cable is broken, and I got the cable it's 0.9 0.9 of a millimeter. The cable is a small cable for pulling your hood, and opening your hood. I have no ends to put on the little, I don't know what they call it, but there's a little like a T almost that hooks in on the end of the cable, so you can got something to hook onto. So what I'm doing right now is, if you can see that, I got a piece of all thread, and I drilled a pilot hole, but it's not necessarily a pilot hole, but you got to have, I'm going to use this nail, and this nail is going to go up through the bolt there, the bolt here that I got drilled out. So it's going to go up through. Then you get a bigger bit, whatever size you need for the end piece that you got to have. If you know what I'm talking about, like a Z-bin, you just get the barrel hin, I've heard it called. So drill a hole as deep is what you need, and it's no big deal because I'm going to use lead. I've had success in the past. I couldn't find my other I made in the past, but it's that big, is about 3/4 of an inch. It's more than I need, but I'll just trim off the ends, and I got it a little bigger than I need as well in diameter, but I can trim that down no problem to exactly what I need. So once I get this drilled out fully, we'll go to the next step. So the next step is put it in your vise, and we have to cut a slot, not down through the whole thing, but down halfway of the distance you need for your barrel in, right? Because if you go all the way, it'll leak out, and your cable has to be, as close to the center of this as possible. So if, like for my case, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. So I'm only going to go down half that, so that when I put the cable in here, it's going to be halfway. So I'll do that, and we'll come back to the next step. So I have that cut down halfway. Okay, wait a minute there. Come on. Okay, just a quick, I don't know if you've probably seen this before, but I'm just going to cut this off for demonstration purposes to put in, to show you what I do. Look at your cable and see what way it's wound. So this is reverse. So you put it in your drill, nice and tight. And then you get your blowtorch. And you heat up cherry red, and you just turn like that. I hope you've seen that. So what happens is let me see here, you end up with a nice on-frayed right now. The other end, because I cut it, is the same, but we need to do this, we need to to unravel one portion of this, because you need something for your solder or whatever it is you're using to grab onto. So I'm going to see if I can, I'll put it in a little closer, we don't need too much. I'll see if I can unravel this here. So you want it, let me show you. So, where am I here? So you want it, you know, unravel it like that, because when you stick it in here, if you didn't do that, it would just pull out. It wouldn't have nothing to resist, you know. So I'll do that. I'll turn the camera off and come back for the next step. So after you get it all cooled down, you pull this out. I had a little bit of trouble pulling it out because this was a little bit too small, and there was the lid, or if you're using solder, would go down and kind of, it would make it tight. You'll get it no problem. Then you take your longer nail, put it in, and you pop it out. Now remember, this was only half filled up, right? But so if just imagine this, you know, was full. So this would be in the center. The wire would be in the center, right? Now, normally you wouldn't, but you know, the idea is there, that you understand what I mean here. So you fill it right up, and your wires right there, and then you have a perfect, you know, a perfect barrel end for a cable. Let's just put it in there and give it a pull. Remember, it's only half done, really. But let's just put it in, give it a pull. Now, this is for the car. I'm doing this for the car, or even like a lawnmower. If you know, some lawnmowers, they usually use Z bends now, or Z bends, whatever you want to call them. But I am pulling there, right? Now, I don't want to squeeze it too much to compress the lid, because that would make it harder to pull out. So I'm just tightening it up enough to keep it there. Maybe I should just do it like this. Put it in there and just pull an eye out. So anyway, you get the idea. It's pretty tough. It all depends on you got to fray the end before you put it in, because it got to have something to go against for resistance. And I have used this. I know lid is soft. I probably wouldn't use it on a, you know, a really hard strain, or you need to pull on something very, very hard. And usually these things aren't on something like that anyway. But so you see, and I was actually pulling all I could pull with this. I guess I could have used vice grips, but I mean, it wasn't slipping, so that was pretty good. So I'm happy with that. I hope this helped you. It's hey, I'm not a professional YouTuber, so you know, forgive me for that, but it's a tip that I use quite often, and it really works. But you do have to heat this up nice and hot, With solder is easier because solder melts sooner than lead, or at least my soldering experience it does. Soldering not so bad. You wouldn't have, you could still heat this bolt up, but you wouldn't have to have it, you know, really hot. And you drop it in, fill it up, and there you go. As what's his name on YouTube? Pterodactyl. There's your dinner. Thanks, YouTube.